Mrs. Davis, we are taking a little bit different approach to writing Luke's IEP this year. The district has recently had training in standards-based IEPs. We are going to identify Luke's strengths and needs as we have done previously, but we are going to align those needs with the grade level standards. My role will be to make sure we address Luke's specialized needs, and his teacher, Mrs. Johnson, is going to help us make sure we are aligning his goals to the skills they are working on in 4th grade.
I'm not sure I understand. We just went over Luke's assessments at his reevaluation, and he was performing at 2nd grade level in math. How is he supposed to work on math at 4th grade? Isn't he in special ed to have a plan to meet his needs?
I think I understand your concern. When we started discussing this, I didn't know how I would be able to teach the concepts we work on in 4th grade to all the students in my class when they don't all have those skills yet. I will be assessing the students to find out what gaps are present to plan special instruction for groups of students who need special instruction on the concepts we are working on throughout the year. Some of the special instruction will already be planned for students like Luke on their IEP.
So you will still be working on Luke's individual needs, but he is going to be in the regular class all day? Because I really feel like he enjoys working with Mrs. Paulson in the special ed classroom, and he has been more confident in his math skills and with the strategies he has learned.
We will talk about where the best place for Luke to receive his instruction is after we write his goals. But he could still come to the resource room, or I may even be able to come into the general classroom to work on some of the special skills during math class. He has been making good progress on the specific math skills we have had on his IEP, but when we looked at his progress from year to year on the state assessments, he is falling further behind in grade level expectations.
He was very frustrated after the state testing at the end of last year. He said the math was really hard and he didn't understand what all the words meant. He also had trouble on the items he had to write out how he solved the problems. He wasn't sure how to tell what he did.
I think that is where we can all work together to not only work on the individual math skills as we have been in his IEP, but also make sure we are addressing the things he needs to know and do at the 4th grade.
This is going to be a little different for everyone, but I'm excited about having all of my students work on 4th grade skills. Before in math, I might have been working on adding fractions, but some students would have to work on adding single digits, because that is all that was addressed on their IEP. Now Luke may need to work on adding single digits, but as I'm teaching the fraction lesson, he could work on adding fractions with single digits in the numerator and denominator that don't need to be reduced. So he would be working on skills he needs as well as a grade level skill.
I think I understand, and I think that will make Luke feel more comfortable. He was starting to say he was embarrassed about having to do baby work when he was in class.
We have already started talking about some of the skills Luke has, as well as some of the areas he needs to work on. Let's look at some of the data we have pulled together and get started on his IEP by documenting his present levels of academic achievement and functional performance.